Right now at 5, lawmakers on Capitol Hill are pushing for several university presidents to step down after a hearing focusing on anti-Semitism on college campuses.
And getting ready for ice fishing season, the DNR and ACE have safety tips for when it's time to hit the ice.
You're watching WKBT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now at 5.
Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us for News 8 Now at 5. I'm Ken Kozarowski.
And I'm Emily Brown. Well, it's winter time, so that means ice fishing season is right around the corner. Although there isn't much ice yet, Ace Hardware and the DNR are preparing fishermen for a safe season ahead.
News 8 Now's Jeremy Wall is learning how you can stay safe on the lakes as well. Jeremy.
Yeah, Ken, it won't be long before local lakes are filled with holes, ice houses, and anglers. Casey Cumberland, the sports department lead at Ace Hardware, says before going out, ice fishers should know how much ice is on the lake. He recommends only going out if there's 4 inches or more of ice. He says nobody should go out on the lakes alone and to use the buddy system. He shows me what tools you can use in case you fall in.
There's a few different tools you can use. These are one that you go around your neck like this. If you ever were to fall in, they come out like this. You can get your way out of the ice. This is an ice spud. It's a big, heavy bar, and you use that when you're walking. Use that, kind of give it the business. You want to give it 3, 4 before. You don't want it to go through, then you should be safe to use.
And Cumberland says you should also wear a flotation jacket like the one you see in the video there. Those are good in the water for up to 3 hours. Coming up at 6, I'll be talking to the DNR about why you should wait to hit the ice. Ken and Emily?
Jeremy Wall live in studio. Thank you, Jeremy. Well, I've been talking with a few people throughout the course of the day, and it's almost shocking that we actually have cold now, and it's tough for people to adjust.
Oh yeah, it was nice and sunny, but it was unassuming that it was going to be so freaking cold inside my apartment.
Yeah. How about it, Greg?
Just like I said, today was more what we should be seeing. It's just we haven't seen a lot of it here for the last while. That's why everyone's probably chilly this morning with the cloud cover. The cloud cover really does make a difference without that sun out there, so that's why it felt kind of more December-like. But overall, we've seen less than cloud cover now as we work through the evening hours. One thing, look at the observed highs. We were just below freezing temperatures today, so once again, it was a little bit below average. But all in all, if you look further to the west, a little bit of a warm front's coming through, and then we have another cold front to the north. But temperatures out to the west still fairly good. There's that, that is the cold front to the north, and that's going to begin to push south too. You can kind of see that line of clouds up to the north beginning to approach the area. That's what we'll see later tonight. So the winds are going to pick up, and that's probably going to be the story as we go through. And once again, this is the temperatures that we're looking at going down to the low 30s as we go through there. And then otherwise, look at the temperatures. They come up a little bit because the winds are beginning to turn around and increase from the south because that cold front will be approaching. The one thing to note with this cold front is not going to be a amount of moisture as we go through. So later on the broadcast, we're going to kind of break down what the rest of the temperatures look like for the rest of the week. And this dry and fairly quiet pattern continues. But we do have some good news out there. There's some meteorite showers that are going on. I'll kind of break that down and what we can see here with the conditions here later in the broadcast.
All right, something to look forward to for sure. Greg, thanks very much. The Supreme Court is dismissing several cases on federal government COVID vaccine mandates. Those cases were filed against a pandemic-era mandate that required government workers to get vaccinated. In 2 of those cases, lower courts ruled against challengers to the mandate. In one, a lower court ruled in favor. The Biden administration rescinded vaccine requirements for federal workers back in May. The justices determined that makes the cases moot.
The Supreme Court has asked to decide if Donald Trump has immunity from criminal prosecution for alleged crimes he committed while in office. The request was made by special counsel Jack Smith to keep the election subversion trial on track. Smith's request marks the first time the High Court would weigh in on the historic prosecution of the former president. The district judge already ruled Trump is not immune from the prosecution. Trump's attorneys argues his alleged actions over the 2020 election results were part of his official duties at the time and therefore has presidential immunity.
Resurfaced radio interviews do not present a double standard for impeachment. That's according to House Speaker Mike Johnson's office. In the 2019 recordings, he warned proceedings against then-President Trump could cause irreparable damage to the country. In a December 19 interview, he argued Congress should wait to let voters decide in the matter in the upcoming election. Now Johnson is setting up a vote on a similar impeachment inquiry against President Joe Biden. His office says the current matter is different because Republicans will only support impeachment if the evidence supports it. Republicans have yet to show proof Biden broke the law. They are looking into possible allegations of bribery, abuse of power, and obstruction. The White House, meanwhile, denies any wrongdoing.
In a major shakeup over the weekend at one of the country's leading institutions of higher learning, the University of Pennsylvania's president stepped down.
Skylar Henry is on Capitol Hill with that story and why so many lawmakers want other university presidents to follow suit.
More than 500 Harvard professors submitted a petition backing University President Claudine Gay, who is under pressure to resign after last week's congressional hearings on anti-Semitic behavior on college campuses. Gay and the presidents from MIT and the University of Pennsylvania have all come under scrutiny after struggling to answer some questions about their policies.
Calling for the genocide of Jews violates Harvard Code of Conduct, correct?
Again, it depends on the context.
It does not depend on the context. The answer is yes, and this is why you should resign. These are unacceptable answers across the board.
Penn's president, Liz Magill, did just that over the weekend. Magill submitted a resignation letter Saturday, saying it has been my privilege to serve as president of this remarkable institution. Afterwards, Stefanik tweeted, 1 down, 2 to go.
Stefanik is not alone. More than 70 members of Congress from both parties have sent letters to the governing boards of the universities demanding the president step down.
House members say they're launching investigations to look into anti-Semitism on other college campuses as well.
This is not just confined to these campuses. We want to look at Columbia, Cornell, and many, many other institutions.
Harvard President Gay later apologized, saying she should have been clear that threats against Jewish students are unacceptable at Harvard. Skylar Henry, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
Now, Stefanik released a statement Monday afternoon criticizing the Harvard faculty letter supporting Gay, calling it a sad and deplorable state of affairs at Harvard.
Next summer, the Deke Slayton Air Fest returns to La Crosse, and this year's special guests are the pilots in blue and gold, the Blue Angels. Blue Angels are a group of pilots from the U.S. Navy and Marine Corps. They travel the country to perform demonstrations that showcase the skills of Navy and Marine Corps pilots. The advance team for the Blue Angels arrived at the La Crosse airport today to scope out the area for next year's show. One of the pilots says this preparation time is key to the team's success.
So that's kind of a big reason why we come out here, is you can kind of glean a lot from all the major mapping systems out there, but seeing it real time is important. So we bring back all of our knowledge to the team so that they can kind of have an idea of what to expect for the air show.
Now, last time the Blue Angels were in La Crosse was in 2021. The Deke Slayton Air Fest is the weekend of June 15th next year.
Well, just ahead, Disney is cracking down on third-party tour guides.
The company's reasoning behind the decision right after this.
There's been a lot of interest these days.
Interest is growing in our rewards-based Kasasa checking account with 3.55 annual percentage yield.
Interested? Contact us at Park Bank, member FDIC.
I did know that back pain, foot pain come along with the job of waiting tables, but since getting the arch supports from the Good Feet store, I have had no pain. I'm more positive. It's like opening up a whole new life, like sunshine coming out.
See how we can help you too at the Good Feet store.
Blain's Farm and Fleet's Christmas sale is going on now. We're your one-stop shop for the holidays with unbeatable deals on all your festive favorites. Like assorted Blain's brand baking ingredients, 20% off. Special buy printed or solid throws, $12.99. This Blain's shop stool, only $99.99. And this 25-piece Craftsman screwdriver set, just $29.99. Plus, don't miss Christmas sale doorbusters like this Homecraft Brat Grill, only $34.99.
Find value at Blain's Farm and Fleet.
Sales event. Get our best offers and choose from a huge selection of Ford F-150 trucks with the capability, convenience, and technology to help bring us together. Wow. Discover how Ford F-150 can make the holidays bright. Now get a 2023 Ford F-150 XLT with 3.9% financing for 60 months, plus up to $3,500 in total savings, only at your local Northland Ford dealers.
The gift of relaxation and pampering is the perfect gift to give this holiday season. It is the Sue Colby's experience, the gift your special someone is really hoping for, and the gift she really deserves. Order your gift cards online today at SueColby's.com or pick them up at Sue Colby's Salon and Day Spa, because she deserves the very best.
Dr. Mehta knows pain.
Oftentimes, I see patients with pain in their knees, their hips, their back, and it's actually coming from their feet.
Her suggestion?
It's as easy as going into a Good Feet store.
Come in for your free arch support fitting.
Park Bank is working in your best interest, and we have something interesting for you.
There's a lot of interest in our money market accounts at 2.19 annual percentage yield.
Interested? Contact us at Park.
Thank you for watching News 8 Now. Expect more.
Well, if your teen is constantly on their phone or computer, chances are they're on a social media site.
According to a new Pew Research Center report, 93% of teens say they used YouTube, compared to 63% who say they used TikTok. Other apps used include Snapchat, Instagram, and Facebook. 1/3 of the respondents say they used at least one of these, quote, almost constantly. In general, almost half of teens say they use the internet almost all the time. That figure has doubled since the first Pew survey conducted back in 2015. Now, this report comes amid growing concerns about the impact of social media on teen mental health and safety.
It'll get you. Well, what did you Google this year? The tech giant is out with its annual top trending searches for 2023. Google looks at those trends with the highest increase year over year. The top trending news story is the Israel-Hamas war, followed by the submersible that imploded on its way to view the Titanic wreckage. Barbie was the top trending movie, and close on its pink heels, summer box office rival Oppenheimer. Buffalo Bills safety Damar Hamlin was Google's top trending person this year after suffering a near-fatal cardiac arrest on the football field. And then there's all things Taylor Swift, of course. Her Eras tour was a top trending search, with her romance gaining ground as the year winds down.
Whenever she makes news, we see that bump. What I thought was interesting is she actually hit an all-time high last year, and so it's pretty amazing that she beat her own record again this year. We'll have to see what happens next year.
Google turned 25 this year, and to celebrate, looked back at the top searches over time. Beyonce at Coachella was the most searched performance. The heart-ruled emoji ruled, and SpongeBob can celebrate as it was the most searched cartoon.
Well, in Florida, Disney World will no longer allow third-party tours. Spokespeople for 8 guide businesses tell the Washington Post they've received trespassing notices. In a statement to the paper, Disney says third-party commercial activities have been on the rise, and it claims they diminish the experiences of other guests and impede park operations. What Disney doesn't say, according to the Post, is that third-party tours undercut park profits. That's because they're usually cheaper than official ones. The ban applies to all Disney World properties, but doesn't seem to affect Disneyland in California at this time.
Well, coming up, are you traveling this holiday? Well, you're not alone if you are.
AAA reports just how many people are visiting relatives for the holidays.
And if you're expecting any of this, we're not going to be seeing it this week or probably maybe next week. We've got a really dry and quiet pattern. I'll break down what our temperatures look like, including some 40s. All that coming up later in your first word and weather update.
Christmas season, shop Masterforce at Menards with gifts so good, the stockings stuff themselves.
Are you ready to get more from your checking account? Ultra's A+ accounts are built with more in mind. More ways to stay connected to your finances with online and mobile banking. More secure ways to pay with contactless debit cards and mobile wallet, so you can make purchases without slowing down. More money in your pocket with better rates, no minimum balance, and no monthly fees. Open your account online and start getting more from your checking account. Ultra Federal Credit Union, helping you live your best life.
Hey man, thanks for holding my beer.
Yeah, no problem.
Thanks, guys. I'll be here all night. You see that?
What?
Hey, what's up? Not much.
I'm gonna need another beer. I swear, you're everywhere.
Yeah, man, I've been busy.
College is more than the knowledge you gain. It's a place to cultivate your curiosity. It's where you explore the potential and what's next. It's where you find the tenacity to rise, rather than settle for good enough. It's a series of moments that add up to form your future self. It's where what you want is within reach, on your terms. It's where you find a career, not just a job. Western Technical College. Discover what you're made of.
Windows are a lot like car tires. They all look the same, but they definitely don't all perform the same.
Take our StarMark composite window, available exclusively at Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions.
This window is 12 times stronger than vinyl, 2,000% more airtight, and 40% more energy efficient. All at a price less than what many companies charge for vinyl windows. Don't settle on your new windows. Insist on the best windows you can buy.
For a limited time, buy one window and receive one at 50% off on sale.
You expect more, so thank you for watching News 8 Now.
Well, no surprise, the upcoming winter holiday travel period is expected to be one of the busiest yet.
Yeah, AAA projecting more than 115 million people will travel 50 miles or more from home from Saturday, December 23rd to Monday, January 1st. That's about 2% more than last year.
Most Americans, about 104 million, are expected to drive, while 7.5 million are expected to fly, beating the 7.3 million record set in 2019.
This just continues the trend that we've seen all throughout 2023. People still have this desire to travel. They are willing to pay the prices, but they just see the value that it brings to their lives to get away with family and friends or go on vacation. But leisure travel remains very important for people.
AAA expects the Saturdays before Christmas and New Year's will be very congested days on the roads, while the holidays themselves will be less busy.
Well, let's check to see if any holiday travel plans will be affected by weather this week and next. We're going to send it over to Greg Barnhart for our weather forecast.
No, weather-wise, it's going to be fairly quiet really for the next week and a half. It looks like we're in a very quiet pattern, more El Nino type. But we do have a showers, probably the best showers, meteorite showers going to have all season. It's usually the Geminis, and these really approach the 13th and the 14th. They're already out there, but the peak is going to be Wednesday and Thursday nights. Once again, 120 could be peaked at hours, so that's why they are the best of the year to look at. Right now, cloud cover, probably less of a chance. You'll see it Wednesday night, Thursday night, probably a better chance for something to keep in mind of. And once again, if you want to have some viewing tips, really get away from the light pollution, you lay down, you kind of face to the south, and you can kind of then let your eyes adjust. And you definitely should see some. Once again, it's quite a high rate. It's the best show we have all year long. For the rest of the week, once again, just typical December weather here for really Monday and Tuesday, Tuesday and Wednesday. We jump back up into the 40s, maybe a 50 out there Thursday through Saturday. There is still an outside shot for some showers, maybe Friday night, and that's about really the only chance of rain in the 8-day forecast is that period. Next week, as we approach then the weekend, that would be the weekend before Christmas, dry conditions continue, above average, maybe not quite as warm. Some signs we might cool down towards the end of the next week to the weekend prior to Christmas. Maybe colder, maybe some rain or snow. That's a lot of ifs as we get that far out, but it's just not a big storm. So travel-wise, there's really no issues to speak of. Really above and below average temperatures, you can look at the pattern. It's still dry and still fairly warm as we go all the way out through the next 3 to 4 weeks. So that's the one thing to note, that we just are in a typical El Nino, which is dry and fairly warm. For the next 24 hours, we're going to see the winds are going to pick up. So as you wake up tomorrow morning, it's really going to be the wind. That'll be the story out of the northwest. That'll be behind a cold front. Otherwise, tomorrow as we go through the day, we'll see more sun, but with that northwest wind blowing, it won't feel as much warmer as we had really lighter winds today. Cloud cover starts to pick up. We have a system to the south that's going to pass by Tuesday night and one to the north. We're just going to see cloud cover really. You can kind of see some of that snow begin to approach northeast Iowa. That won't be a factor for us. It's kind of stay to the south. Lighter winds as you go through Tuesday, not as quite as cold. Big picture for next week, really, as we go through Thursday, there's that Friday system that we might see a shower as the front kind of drops to the south through the area. Most of the moisture probably will be staying to the south with that system, but that's the chance we might see Friday night into Saturday. Once that passes, the rest of the weekend looks fairly nice. Winds turn around. As we go into next week, we have another system. As you see, a lot of cloud cover here with this one Monday, Tuesday, but not a lot of moisture. It will pull up maybe some warmer conditions as it comes through. Once again, not a lot. The one thing you'll notice on the temperatures is a lot of red, and it really doesn't go well anywhere. It actually expands Thursday. Then as we get towards the weekend, it shrinks a little, but still you're seeing a lot above average temperatures through the weekend. That means 40s. And then even going through next week, you kind of see it pulling back to the west, but there's really no cold air to be speaking of across the whole U.S. So once again, it's just going to be a quiet and fairly mild pattern. For tomorrow, not quite as warm, once again, just around freezing with that northwest wind. We'll see more sun than we saw today. Same story as you go further south. Cloud cover, high cloud cover will start increasing towards the afternoon for these folks. Up to the north, upper 20s. Once again, the northwest wind will decrease in the afternoon, but still be a little bit of a wind chill in the morning. And then further north, mid to upper 20s. Once again, that wind chill, lower single digits probably as we wake up, but then it'll start improving as the winds do drop off in the afternoon. 8-day forecast, it's fairly quiet. You can look at it right now. The rain chance maybe Friday night. Otherwise, the temperatures are in the 40s. And even next week, we cool down just a little bit, but still, we're still above average with 41 because by that point, our average should be about 32. So
we'll take some 40s in there.
Yeah, it's 40s, maybe a 50 coming Thursday or Friday. We'll see.
All right.
Okay.
Thanks, Greg.
Thank you.
When we come back, the nominees for this year's Golden Globes have been announced.
We'll take a look at some of the films that made the cut.
Energy-efficient windows with beautiful new wood trim installed by skilled carpenters. Contact the Board Store Home Improvements today for a prompt free estimate. High quality at lower prices.
I've been helping people get out of debt for many years, and I know this, that consolidation loans and moving debt around isn't the best way to do it. Think of your debt as a pile of garbage. If you move it from here to here, guess what? Still a pile of garbage. We might be able to make it smell sweeter with a lower rate or a lower payment, but it's still garbage. You need a garbage disposal to get rid of debt. Come see me, I'll help you install one.
Honey, I'm home. I picked us up a vacuum and I got us some toilet paper.
Well, let's give it a shot and see how it works.
I see trouble for these two.
Oh, come on, junk. Honey, I'm home. I picked us up a new vacuum and I got us some cat litter.
Will he ever learn?
And another one added to the pile. Honey, I'm home. And this time I went to A1 Vacuum.
My hero.
It's easy to see when you have a plumbing problem, but when it comes to your water, things aren't always so clear. Without water conditioning, your water may be doing more harm than good. Hard water can damage your pipes and appliances, leave spotting on dishes, as well as dry out your skin and hair. Contact the professionals at Maxwell White. More than a plumbing company, we offer comprehensive water conditioning. That's 2 great services under one roof. Enjoy cleaner dishes, softer and brighter clothes, and much more with a simple call to Maxwell White. Water conditioning done right.
There are trucks, and then there's the GMC Sierra, available with the connected driving experience and the world's first 6-function multi-pro tailgate. GMC Sierra. It's the truck. Or just in time for the holidays, get $4,000 purchase cash on select 2023 Sierra models. Plus, current eligible GMC owners get an additional $2,500 purchase allowance. We are professional grade. GMC.
Get the day's news in your inbox. Email newsletters from News 8 Now. Sign up today. Go to news8000.com/.
Thank you for watching News 8 Now. Expect more.
This summer's Barbenheimer phenomenon is barreling into award season. The blockbusters lead this year's Golden Globe nominations, Barbie with 9 and Oppenheimer with 8.
Cedric the Entertainer announced some of the top categories live on CBS Mornings. On the drama side, Oppenheimer will face off against Martin Scorsese's Killers of the Flower Moon, as well as the thriller Anatomy of a Fall. Bradley Cooper's Maestro, the romance Past Lives, and the Nazi drama The Zone of Interest.
Barbie, meanwhile, is up for Best Musical or Comedy, along with nods for stars Margot Robbie and Ryan Gosling, as well as director Greta Gerwig. It goes up against Air, American Fiction, The Holdovers, May, December, and Poor Things. Now, The Color Purple failed to make the category, but it did earn 2 acting nods, including one for star Fantasia Barrino.
On the television side, Succession led the field, racking up 9 nominations in its final season.
The show will air live right here on CBS Sunday, January 7th. It'll also stream on Paramount Plus.
Now, you and I are pretty big movie buffs, and I've seen a handful of those, but we both agreed we haven't seen a lot. That was mentioned already.
Absolutely. And really, Oppenheimer was kind of the only major summer blockbuster I went and saw.
Oh, you didn't see Barbie?
No, never made it. I know.
It didn't make you go like every other girlfriend and wife in the nation?
No,
okay.
she did not. But it is on the list for sure.
Okay, yeah, good. It's nice, cozy weather to catch up on some good movies. So there's your list right there, everyone.
Absolutely. Have you done Succession yet?
No.
Okay.
I haven't.
Also on my list, all the friends are like, you have to watch
Everyone
Succession.
says that, I know. And I do have HBO Max too, so I have no excuse.
So we have no excuse at all.
Yeah, we'll get on it.
All right, that'll be our homework for the next couple of weeks.
Exactly. All right, well, we'll have another look at tonight's forecast after this.
Winter is here, and with winter weather come accidents and mishaps. Whether you're on your way to work, walking the dog, or out on the trail, accidents can happen.
At Bygoff & Rohde, we help you get the settlement you deserve to put your life back on track.
Are you ready to build your future? Stella Jones Corporation in Bangor is hiring and wants you to apply. Starting wage for laborers up to $18 per hour with a $2,500 hiring bonus. No experience but a great attitude? Then apply today. Stella Jones Corporation is where safety matters and wages sustain a comfortable living. If you have what it takes and can stand behind our railroads, then we want you to apply today.
Are your old drafty windows stealing your comfort and money? With your home improvement company, you get custom-built, energy-efficient windows direct from the factory and with a lifetime warranty. Call today and save with buy 2 windows and get 2 windows free. Twice the windows at half the cost. And no interest, no payments, and nothing down until 2025. Great financing to fit your budget. Get your windows installed in as little as 1 day. Your home improvement company, where it's your home made better.
Todd Holtz enjoys working at Park Bank because it's a small community bank that allows him to get to know his customers in a personal way. Todd also enjoys the great outdoors and the activities that come with camping. As a loan officer, Todd enjoys finding ways to help his customers realize their dreams. Todd enjoys getting close to nature with friends and family. So visit Todd at Park Bank in La Crosse to talk about your financial dreams and roughing it. Park Bank, equal housing lender, member FDIC.
The year-end sales event is going on now at Osseo Ford and Fountain City Ford. We have over 50 in-stock F-150s with discounted supplier pricing and great financing through the end of the year. Get 2.9% financing for 66 months on every new F-150 and $2,250 in rebates on XLT and Lariats. And get supplier discount pricing on every in-stock F-150. Plus, we have over 100 new Fords in stock. Supplier discount pricing and low financing and soon, only at Osseo Ford and Fountain City Ford.
With Bygoff & Rohde, you don't just get a lawyer, you get the experience and power of our entire team of lawyers, paralegals, legal assistants, and researchers. Bygoff & Rohde, Wisconsin's personal injury law firm for over 50
Yeah, tonight we'll have 23, some cloudy skies. The winds will start picking up too tonight behind this cold front. That'll be the same story as we go to Eau Claire to 20 degrees. You'll feel the wind chill in the morning a little bit, but then it should start improving, maybe some single digits. Otherwise, then as we go through the rest of the 8-day forecast, it's pretty quiet. 40s coming back Thursday and Friday. Maybe an outside chance of a 50. Otherwise, maybe Friday night some chances of rain. Otherwise, it's dry and pretty quiet.
Hard to believe it's mid-December.
23 tonight? Well, we'll be looking forward to that, Greg.
We'll see you at 6.
Okay, bye.